In this video, we will analyze the possibility for meshing with Hexa elements that in general are preferred for simulations. But this is a much more complex operation that in this software has definitely some limits. So first of all, this is a very complex application. So my suggestion would be to focus only on one uh, solid that will be this one. So in general, solids that are long, like for example this one, are a little bit easier to mesh. So what we need to do is go on geometry, create, actually edit, surface edge and unsplit. Or maybe edit solids and the trim with lines. So in this case we can so cut with line solids and the drag a cut line. So we go here and we, for example, we press here. So left click, and then wheel click. So in this case we have created two solids from one. So with this surface in common. So we can repeat this step a few more times. So I don't get why this step always creates, like adds these elements around. But anyway, and we can create one more here. Okay, so what we will do is that our Hexa mesh will pass through these surfaces and then go on like this. So the more surfaces we put, of course, the more close to the actual geometry this will be. Then we go on mesh, create 2D auto mesh, and we go on this one. Yeah, let's actually no. Let's start with this one, and we go on here, and we want, for example, mixed. So this in general gives the priority for the faces with 4 edges. So we go on mesh. So this was the result, and okay, we go on return, and then we go on mesh, create, and then solid map mesh. So we go on multi-solids, and we have a source int, that is this one, destination hint, that is this one. Okay, this is the element size. Okay, for now 2 is fine, and let's try to mesh. Okay, we need to select the solid. Yeah, that is this one. And then mesh. Okay, this tells us the solid is not manual, maybe one volume. Okay, volume to mesh, this one. Source int. This one. Destination hint. This one. Okay. Okay, maybe ends only. No, it's not this one. Surface geometry, surface. This one. Elements to drag. Displayed. Destination geometry. Okay, so it should be this one. So ends only. And this creates this first component of the mesh. So for example, now if we want to go on, we go surface geometry, this one, elements to drag, well, these ones, and destination geometry, this one, and we go on mesh. Okay, so this creates this block, these two blocks, and you can go on until you did perform all of your part. There is always this component here that it's not possible to mesh because here we don't have all the nice surfaces. So what is my suggestion is you can just go here, mesh, create to the auto mesh, and you create some we're missing these two. Okay. And finally, okay. And finally, we go, let's remove. We can go on mesh, create, tetra mesh. Then we go mesh. So let's see if it worked. I think so. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically the ending part that is done with Tetra, and then the internal part is made with Hexa. So in this case, this is the only way that I know to create Hexa elements with pretty complex geometries. But for me, in my opinion, the best option is to go with tetra elements, so the ones that I showed in the previous video. And you need to find out solution in the case you have uncompressible materials, because these might create locking problems. But in ANSYS there should be possibilities to fix this locking problem. So this will end this video. In the next one, I will show you how to export your mesh.